Hello again, everybody. Beetle Dave. We're just doing another quick video. For this one, I'm going to do another one of my little special features where we're going to look at something that's not the Beatles. It is a record that is very, very dear to my heart, though, because, from the age of about 13 or 14, it's been in my life in one form or another, whether it be on record, tape, CD. It's an album that was very influential on me as well as growing up as a kid in the 1970s and early 1980s. As some of you know, I haven't always just liked the Beatles. I did used to be a punk rocker, and at one time I did have a Mohican as well, many years ago. So today we're going to be looking at the Sex Pistols, Never Mind the Bollocks. This is actually a reissue, but we are going to look at an original one first, but unfortunately I've lost the cover over the years. I think I put the cover up on a wall at some point, and then when I took it down, it ripped. So I ended up throwing it away. But as far as I know, this is either a UK first pressing or a UK second pressing. It's been played a lot. Catalogue number is V2089. So you've got, well, I'll show you the things first. That's side one. I'm not going to be able to see these because this doesn't like the white, does it? Slightly. That's side two. I don't know if you're going to be able to see these labels or not, because I don't know what it is with this computer. It doesn't like anything that's got white on it. You can see that, can't you? So this is the original Virgin label, what it did come out in 1977. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this is the 12-track version, because some were 11 tracks and some were 12 tracks, I think. So side one, you've got Holidays in the Sun, followed by Bodies, followed by No Feelings, followed by Liar, followed by Problems. Oh, you've got God Save the Queen as well, sorry. So it's Liar, God Save the Queen, and then Problems. Produced by Chris Thomas or Bill Price. That's side one. So on side two, we've got 17, followed by Anarchy in the UK, followed by Submission, followed by Pretty Vacant, New York, and then EMI. EMI. So the one to look out for, that's why I think this was a second pressing. I think the first pressing, you didn't get Submission, you got it on a one-sided single, if I remember rightly. I do know when I did have this, it didn't have the track listing on the back. I know that the back was just plain pink, if I remember rightly. Just trying to get so you can see the labels a bit better. Very odd. Yeah. Yeah. So this isn't in brilliant condition. It does still play nice. I do sometimes play it. Don't play it as often as I used to. It has got a few like little scratches on it and a few like marks. All in all, though, a very, very good album. Like I say, when I was younger, I actually played this to death, this album. So that is the original one, what I've got, or an original stroke second press. So unfortunately, it hasn't got the cover to it. So now we'll look at this one. This is a reissue from a few years ago. 2014 I bought this, and I bought it from my mate at Henry's Records in Burton-on-Trent, and I paid £18.50 because it's still got the shrink wrap on it. So this is exactly how the original album did look. You know, it isn't any different in that way. And there you get the track listing on the back, where on the one I had, this track listing wasn't on it. The only difference on this is it says Sex Pistols 77 and Universal Music, where on the original it would have said Virgin Records, wouldn't it? 180 gram record, heavyweight record. Back to black. Includes a voucher to download MP3 version of the album. Still got the thing. Yeah, still got the thing on. Look. That's to download it onto MP3 player. I don't know if you still get them in records, do you? Not 100% sure. It's actually quite nice. This is very, very heavyweight. Really, really. I mean, I would say that's more than 180 gram. Never mind the bollocks. Here's the Sex Pistols. Side A. And side B. As I say, very, very influential album. Technically, it's the only album the Sex Pistols really made, a studio album, wasn't it? Because everything that came after this, really, Johnny Rotten wasn't really involved with it, was he? Makes you wonder what they could have gone on to make or become. So when I originally bought my version, first version, I was about 13, I think, at the time. Might have even been 12, to be honest. And I played that record to death. I really did play it to death on my old Fidelity record player. It was influential on me because obviously I was a punk rocker, and it made me want to form a band, which I did. Yeah. Old Beatle Dave used to be in a band. It was actually called Antisocial. There's me on vocals, and I did play a little bit of guitar, and I mean a little bit because I couldn't really play. There was my mate on bass, and then my other mate was on drums, and we did actually do a couple of live gigs. I think there is a cassette tape somewhere out there of us playing. We did a version of Anarchy in the UK, which didn't really sound anything like the Sex Pistols version because none of us could really play our instruments. The lyrics were the same. And then we wrote a lot of our own songs and things like that. Fond memories, you know. I wish in one way I'd have stuck at it, because I could be famous now, couldn't I? But then again, I don't think I would have been. Like I said, I couldn't really play the guitar, and my singing the punk songs, well, anybody could sing a punk song in them days, couldn't they? Anarchy for the UK is coming sometime, maybe. God save the Queen. She ain't a human being. I love this album, though. To be honest, I do actually love this album. I haven't played it in a while, to be honest. The only reason I haven't played this in a while is because a lot of times now when I listen to Sex Pistols, it'll be in my car going to work or things like that. So I've got a CD of this. And if I'm not up here and I want to listen to music downstairs, want to listen to Sex Pistols, we usually watch it on YouTube. But yeah, I would highly recommend you to, if you've never heard this album, I would highly recommend you to go out and buy it. There is a double version of this as well now, by the way, which has got this album on side 1 and 2, and then on side 3 and 4, you've got like a bootleg version with like it's basically just alternative versions and outtakes, which was actually, like I say, it was originally released as a bootleg album, and it was actually called Spunk, believe it or not. Yeah, I know, horrible word, but that is what it was actually called. So yeah, the only real true Sex Pistols LP this was, wasn't it? Some brilliant songs on it, they really, when you think about it. Pretty Vacant's great, New York's okay, Anarchy in the UK, well, to me, that's one of the best punk songs ever made. Bodies, love it. Don't particularly like what it's on about, but I just think as a song, it's brilliant. Liar's okay, God Save the Queen's brilliant. Problems is okay. In fact, I remember right, the Problems is the only song that has actually got Sid Vicious on bass on this. I think, that could be wrong. Holidays in the Sun, EMI, Unlimited Edition. I don't really know what because it always says EMI, EMI, Unlimited Supply. So I would have thought would have been Unlimited Supply, not Unlimited Edition. 17 again. And Feelings. So that there was a track listing that came when you, like I say, the original one, you got a one-sided single with Submission. So if it had the track listing on like this, if you notice, Submission in Tom there, is it? That's what I mean. So this has copied the back of the first pressings. Never knew that. Looking at that, and I've had that a few years now, 5-6 years. Well, I must have had it when it came out, but or when this was re-released. Sound quality on this, by the way, is absolutely excellent. But if you can afford it, and you don't mind buying a second-hand record, I would look for something like that on the original label. You've seen them labels okay now, aren't you? On the original Virgin label, right? Okay, it might have a few scratches on it and things like that. If you can get that with the original cover that's got that backing or the plain pink backing, I'd get them. I really would. The other one of the Sex Pistols, which is also quite nice to get, is this one. Sex Pistols Flogging a Dead Horse. This is what we call a compilation. And this actually came out before the Great Rock and Roll Swindle. So technically this was like the follow-up to Nevermind the Bollocks. And it's even got a picture of that on the back. Lovely. Yeah, lovely. I think this was meant to like take the piss out the top of the Pops LPs at the time, because you used to have like a glamorous lady on it and inside was crap. And at the time, I don't know how much input the Sex Pistols had into this coming out, because as far as I know, it was just done by Malcolm McLaren to get money out of the Sex Pistols name, because he knew it was all going belly up. So he actually was flogging a dead horse. Good track listing though on it. Side 1, you've got Anarchy in the UK, followed by I Wanna Be Me, which was the B-side of Anarchy in the UK, wasn't it? God Save the Queen, Did You Know Wrong, Pretty Vacant, No Fun, and Holidays in the Sun. So that's like the original Sex Pistols. When I say original Sex Pistols, I mean like with Johnny Rotten still singing, John Lydon, Johnny Rotten. And on side 2, you got The Biggest Blow, as it says here, although we know it is No One Is Innocent in the UK. My Way, Something Else, Silly Thing, Come On Everybody, Stepping Stone, and then The Great Rock and Roll Swindle. This is what I mean. If you've watched my video about the, I think it's a Mexican, the Great Rock and Roll Swindle album. In the UK, it came like this. The label was like this. Yeah, with labels like this. But on the version I showed you, it's got a very similar label to that, isn't it? I don't know what's up with this thing today. I think it's because I played the Chipmunks earlier on. There you go, see that one? I can see the track listing now, can't you? So if you're just getting into the Sex Pistols, or you're a bit like me, an old punk rocker, instead of going out and trying to find all the singles, which can be an expensive thing to do at the moment, to be honest, this is probably one of the cheapest Sex Pistols LPs you'll get. And it's a shame, really, because it is a compilation. It's basically all the singles, isn't it? And you get a nice sleeve with a nice lady on it. I don't know. Sound quality on that, by the way, is very, very good. So yeah, that's it. For everybody that's liking my videos and has subscribed, thank you very much. I just thought I'd do that just for something a little bit different. Like I said before, we do now and again, we do the yeah, we do things other than the Beatles. But it is Beatle Dave's channel, isn't it? So as I've said before, 99.9% of the time, what I do is the Beatles. But I do like to do something a little bit different now and again, just for people, because not everybody's like me. Not everybody loves the Beatles and is a Beatles fanatic. Because this is, this channel is all about the Beatles, but it's also about record collecting as well. So it's a place for everything Beatles and everything record collecting, basically. This album, though, I love it. I can't recommend this highly enough. Whichever version you get, there's also a version with a red label and a green label on the back, and I think there's just a virgin label, which is just white and black, if I can remember rightly. So whichever way you listen to it, whether it's on record, CD, MP3 player, cassette, even on streaming service, if you listen to this record, you'll love it. Well, you'll love it if you're similar age to me. If you're into like Cliff Richard and things like that, then you might not like it. But that is one of the highlights of my life, that record. It did change my life in a lot of ways, and it made me get more into records as well. So that's going to be it for today. So whatever you're doing, stay safe. As always, love your records, cherish your records, clean your records, but above all, play your records. I should do it that way so it doesn't look as naughty. Yeah. So from Beatle Dave, here in Derbyshire, in the UK, it's time to say bye-bye, everybody. I might do another video tomorrow because I am actually off tomorrow, but one of our cats isn't very well, so I don't know if we're going to have to go to the vets. I'm hoping, touch wood, she's going to be okay, but that's by the by anyway. So whatever you're doing, stay safe. If you haven't had your dinner yet, I hope you enjoy your Sunday dinner. I think we're going to have a late Sunday dinner today. So if you like my videos and you subscribe, thank you very much. If some of your friends like records and things like that, don't be afraid to just say, well, check out Beatle Dave. It is basically the Beatles, but it does do other things now and again, because they might want to subscribe. And like I say, it doesn't cost you anything. Honestly, it doesn't cost you a penny. And then when I do things like this, sometimes it surprises people because it's Beatle Dave, but it's not talking about the Beatles. It's talking about the Sex Pistols again. I've already done one Sex Pistols one, haven't I? But I do like to do things slightly different now and again, just to keep people interested more than anything. I don't take myself too seriously. To me, this is just a little bit of fun. And if I can show you something, you think, well, I never knew that record looked like that, or I didn't know that song was on that record. Then that's what makes this, worthwhile. So Excuse me. I'm a little bit breathless there. I think it's because it's damp outside. So, as I've said before, you know, I don't take myself too serious. This is just a little bit of fun for me. And as a collector for over 40 years, I'm just trying to spread a little bit of my knowledge to you lot out there. And I hope I do. And I hope I make you laugh. If you want a good laugh, watch the video I did before this, because the beginning of that is hilarious. Well, I think it is anyway. Some of you might just think you daft sod. But like I say, you know, it is just me. I don't take myself too serious. This is just, you know, a little bit of fun for me, and, you know, trying to pass on a bit of knowledge and things like that. So yes, that's going to be it for today. So like I've said before, whatever you're doing, keep safe, look after one another, love one another, and I will see you in a future video very soon, I hope. So bye bye, everybody.